Good morning, everyone. This is the morning of surgery. Oh man, can I eat yet? Anyway, today is a good day. I'm nervous, but I'm excited because I'm getting my InterStim upgraded. Kind of like when you update Siri, I guess. I'm about to be the new and improved version. That's my InterStim. Love my InterStim. It helps me pee, but it hurts because it sticks out of my body. I got this put in like 7 years ago now. Well, it would normally be time for them to change the battery on it, but the doctor told me that there is a new device available that is the size of a USB, which is gonna make my life a lot easier, because right now, as you can imagine, having that sticking out of my body, it's pretty inconvenient, especially if I'm laying down in bed and I want to roll over. Sometimes it catches my skin. When I'm training abs, sometimes it's problematic pressing on the device. I actually had a handicap tag back in the day. Kitty, get out of the video.
Hi.
Also, too, I have problems when I'm at the gym, especially with squat and deadlift, whenever I am squeezing my glutes, even bench with leg drive. So I'm really looking forward to getting the new device that hopefully I won't be able to feel as much. Doctor told me that they normally bury it in people's fat, but he always says I don't have a lot of junk in the trunk. So this was the best that they could do, and it has helped me tremendously in managing my pelvic health conditions, but it's annoying sometimes. I'll be interested to see how the new device is. But yeah, thought I was gonna wake up like right before I had to get up for surgery, but I actually woke up at 6 o'clock. What a time. I'm just so excited. So excited for breakfast after surgery. But should probably go now. Basically, the InterStim is sort of like a pacemaker, like how you have a pacemaker for the heart, but it's a pacemaker for the muscles in my pelvic floor and around my bladder to relax. And it does that by sending like these little pulses to get everything to relax. And the lead actually goes through a hole in my sacrum to be where it needs to be. But basically, I have a remote. This is my old one, obviously. I don't know what the new one is going to look like, but I have a remote, and this thing is attached. It's obviously tangled, but this comes off. When I want to change the setting or alter the pulses, I attach this, and then I hold this over the implant site, turn this on, and I'm able to adjust the amount of stimulation that I get from the device. So this morning they told me that they are going to be taking x-rays to figure out the placement of the new InterStim and the new lead. So yeah. We're stuck in traffic. At this rate, I'm never gonna get breakfast. Hopefully this is the right hospital. When they called to give me the information, I was at the gym and I could only half hear. So we're gonna find out.
Okay.
When does the gift shop open?
Going down.
How long is the surgery?
A couple hours probably.
A couple of hours?
Well, so I'm going to take you back. You can come back once you're ready.
Okay.
Okay.
I gotta have my power.
Thank you. I'm starving. open. They couldn't get the IV into my hand. This hurts, yeah. They said they don't like it in here, but they couldn't get it. My blood pressure was low. They said I got a good heart.
Well, we knew that already.
I would like a waffle. I'm gonna page the nurse and tell her I'm hungry. I'm trying to get into my Google Drive so I could look at check-in forms for my clients. I love my job. Sign up to work with me. I go above and beyond for my clients. I mean, I'm in a hospital bed checking on how your weight is doing. You know, I'm dedicated. I'm doing client meal plans when I'm not allowed to eat. I love client success. I miss Kitty. They said, "You're next." I was like, they said, "An hour or two." I'm never going to eat. I'm hungry. It hurts in my hand. Are they putting stuff in here right now? You're not telling me? Is stuff coming out?
It's dripping.
Howard.
Yeah, I wouldn't guess that looking at you. Normally I can pretty much assess somebody and say, yeah, this is where we're at.
It's the small ones they gotta watch out for.
My wife's 5 foot. I'm 5 foot and a half because she likes to throw the half. I'm well aware of that.
I'm sure she's very feisty.
Ooh. No, not at all.
Make sure all the hair is tucked in.
I got my party hat.
Yeah. Tuck your hair in. Okay.
Do you have any questions about anything?
No.
Okay.
If I'm looking at you weird, it's because you're a blob. I normally have
Your
glasses.
glasses. I know your Dan did tell me.
You say that's anti-anxiety?
Yeah, just lower.
Is it because I answered the question that I haven't? I said it was fine.
No, you get
We give it to
that.
everybody.
Oh God, I was gonna say I'm gonna be drugged up. All right. See you on the other side.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I woke up with a pretty bad stomachache, but that's okay. They asked if I want pain medicine. We're not doing that. They give me snacks. They're trying to feed me cookies and soda for breakfast. What? Where's the fruit? Okay, so when I woke up, I hear them talking about what they gave me, and I heard them say propofol. Propofol is a medication that sedates you, and they put it in the IV, but propofol has calories, it has fat in it. So I was like, you gave me propofol. How much propofol did you give me? I need to know, because I track my macros. I need to track my propofol. Anyway, everyone is so nice. The implant site hurts, but it's okay. I still don't know what the recovery restriction is, but I'm gonna be deadlifting as soon as I possibly can. Actually, I have to put my clothes back on, but I want to show you the shirt that I wore. It's my hybrid shirt. One of my favorite powerlifters, Steffi Cohen. It's her company. It's Bart Simpson. Deadlifting. I love deadlifting. It says Sumos for cheaters. I don't really think that. It's a joke. But I do pull conventional. Just saying. I'm gonna put my clothes on and get ready to go home so I can eat real breakfast. Whole grains, peanut butter, coffee. Love my coffee. Okay, we're back in the car. Had a little bit of a scare. Thought I lost my Fitbit, but found it. Priorities. They said no strenuous activity for 1 week. I have a follow-up with my doctor in 2 weeks. They said don't do anything strenuous until you see the doctor. That's cute. We'll definitely listen to the 1 week, but I am not going 2 weeks without physical activity. That's not happening. They said I can walk. Right now it really hurts to walk, but I gotta get 10,000 steps a day, so we're gonna be wobbling. I am a little over 1 week post-op. I'm obviously sharing how my diet has changed. I'm not gonna eat the same as I would when I'm powerlifting in the gym 3 days a week. Being a lot more sedentary, so I'm going for high volume, lower carb options just because I'm not utilizing those carbohydrates in my training. I'm going to be making or showing you a shake that I've been doing every day, and it's pretty simple. It's only 4 ingredients. I have them all here. Starts out with my psyllium husk powder. I just started supplementing with this week. I have irritable bowel syndrome, for those who don't know, and I tend to get a little constipated at times. Now, with surgery recovery, I'm not being as active like I mentioned, so it could be a little challenging to get things going. Also, the anesthesia kind of did me dirty as far as going to the bathroom, so this is my little hack. I encourage you, if you are having trouble going to the bathroom, worth it. This is actually the active ingredient that's in Metamucil, which you might have heard of, but no added sugars or any of that unwanted stuff, just the pure powder. 1 serving of this is going to give you 3 grams of fiber, and it's soluble fiber, so it helps keep things going, adds bulk to your stool, easier to pass. If you've been watching my videos, you know that it's normal for me to routinely talk about poop. They help you poop. They kind of look like little poops. I mean, it looks like the perfect poop. So I'm definitely gonna poop on vacation. Soluble fiber binds to the cholesterol, so you poop it out. You ain't having any great bowel movements with this one. Too much pooping. Everything in moderation, including pooping. It's a vital part of your health. I'm also gonna add in my whey protein isolate. This flavor is French vanilla. I love it. Simple, easy to digest, which again, having some stomach issues, so this is my go-to. It's also very sweet, so it kind of offsets the earthiness of the psyllium powder and the spinach, which I didn't mention. I have this gigantic bag of spinach. Incorporating spinach because obviously it has fiber, but also lots of micronutrients. For me, I have a fresh wound from surgery, so I need to focus on vitamin C and zinc especially, and spinach is a good source of both of those. Same with our blueberries here, great source of zinc and vitamin C as well as fiber, and promotes, you know, regularity with the bathroom, adds volume. I actually don't blend the blueberries. I like to just eat them frozen. So I'll blend these 3 ingredients with water, obviously, and then add the blueberries. Oh, I'm gonna be weighing my ingredients on my digital scale. Just makes everything a heck of a lot easier. With the psyllium powder especially, you gotta be a little bit careful and not overdo it. So I'd rather just be certain and weigh it all out. I actually do 2 servings of this, but I had to build myself up. Yeah, it's got an earthy flavor to it. I kind of like the earthiness. I think when you start eating fruits and vegetables, or you just switch to a healthier diet overall, that like grossness of vegetables, you end up actually like craving it. I just feel like I'm really healthy when I can taste the earthiness. I'm one with the earth. I was born on Earth Day, so maybe that's why. Protein powder. I mix these 2 with a little bit of water first. And the psyllium powder, if you've ever taken it, it gets very thick. So a lot of people suggest that you guzzle it down right away. I actually like that thickness for the sake of the shakes because it gives it a little more volume. This shake has just been something that's easy for me to get down because it tastes really good. But look, you can start to see how thick it's getting. Yeah, that's thick AF. And it's just gonna keep getting thicker as it sits there. All right, I'm gonna do 2 cups of spinach, which, fun fact, USDA equivalent of 1 vegetable serving is actually 2 cups of raw spinach, because you know, spinach is one of those things that you start out with a ton of it and then it shrinks down to nothing. So you gotta have 2 cups to count for a 1 cup equivalent. Mr. Bond loves spinach. I dropped some on the ground the other day and he ate it. You guys know I'm not a chef, but everybody's capable of making a shake.
And in general, if you don't like vegetables and you want to start eating healthier, I always recommend to my pickiest eaters, start with shakes. They're really easy. Depending on what you add in it, you could really cover up the spinach where you don't even know that it's there, especially if you use like a really ripe banana or frozen banana. The first like 2 days after the surgery, I was so sore that I couldn't even press down on this because I was in so much pain in my back. But now I'm well on my way to recovery, so I'm capable. I'm strong enough. Every time I let it blend for a different amount of time. I always lick the blade. I do my own stunts. So now I add my blueberries. Whoa, look how big this one is. This is definitely a GMO blueberry. Nothing wrong with GMOs, by the way. You heard it here. Whoa, that one's even bigger compared to this little guy. Take my long spoon and let the blueberries get in there. And then I would not recommend this shake if you're just starting out with vegetables. Like I said, I would recommend like something like a frozen banana. It's gonna make it a little bit sweeter. But I'm not really craving sweet things this week. I don't know why. Because I do like sweet things, but I guess just because I'm not training, I don't know, my body just like doesn't want that much sugar. So I changed my diet a lot this week. I use Chronometer. It's a free app, nutrition app. Really like shows you all your nutrients here. So I don't recommend this app for beginners just because it's a little overwhelming. But for me, I'm a nutrition nerd and like I've learned about all of these micronutrients obviously, so I like to geek out over it. So this shake is 237 calories, 27 grams of protein, 26.5 grams of carbs, only 2 grams of fat. I typically have this for lunch every day while I'm recovering, but it meets 244% of my vitamin A and 348% of my vitamin K, which vitamin K is very important for blood clotting, and my wound has been bleeding quite a bit. Oh, the thing about the psyllium powder too, it's really important that you have it with a lot of water because you don't want it to get stuck in your intestines. It can help move things along, but if you don't add more water, you don't want to get a blockage. It's rare, but you know, you gotta have ample water. That's with fiber in general, but especially the psyllium powder because of the effect that it has in your GI tract. It's gonna draw a lot of water in, and really that's how it bulks the stool, making it easier to go to the bathroom. Now, I said that I haven't been craving sweet things. I had trained the day before I got my last powerlifting session in, so I was trying to recover from not only this surgery, but also from my training session the day before. So I was like, I gotta get ample calories, even though I had a stomach ache and I was feeling a little bit nauseous. So what I did to get the calories in is I had dinosaur egg oatmeal, brown sugar oatmeal. Now I normally have the boring stuff, but for this, you know, any way that I could get in the calories, it was fine. With the extra sugar, my body actually needed that because I went all that time not being able to eat because of the surgery requirements. So yeah, I just didn't record it when I was eating it the night of the surgery because I was in a lot of pain and it just wasn't good. But this tasted like pure nostalgia, and it got me to my calorie needs for the day. So you can have fun things too and use them to your advantage. Like if you're having a day where you're having a hard time eating for whatever reason, and especially if you're a bodybuilder or a powerlifter and you just need to get those calories in, if it's a matter of having something that's a little bit sugary, but it's gonna get you those macros, get you those calories, get you that nourishment, then eat it. It's funny because I had to do my internship obviously in clinical, and we advise the patients to eat things that you wouldn't typically expect from a registered dietitian, like people who are recovering from cancer or like a major illness or a major surgery where they're not able to eat because they don't have that appetite or they don't feel well. We would tell people, like, eat a cheeseburger, order pizza. If that's what you love and that's what's gonna help you get the calories in, get that protein in, then do what you need to do. So really you can see how food, even like the higher calorie foods and the foods that provide more sugar or more fat, sometimes we need those because sometimes you just don't want to eat and you need to nourish yourself. So any way that you can get yourself to do that. For me, it was eating nostalgic oatmeal and finding dinosaur eggs, or finding the dinosaurs after my eggs hatched. It really brought me a lot of joy inside. So one of the other things that I changed about my diet this week is obviously I'm trying to incorporate foods that have lots of micronutrients. So I added whole eggs to my diet. Egg yolks are a great source of zinc. Zinc is really vital for wound healing. That's going to benefit me with the surgery recovery. But also egg yolks are higher fat. Because I'm not being as active this week, I'm only able to walk steps. When we aren't exercising and we're being more sedentary, we want to try to have higher fat in the diet because we aren't really requiring carbohydrates, because we aren't putting that energy to use. Typically my diet is 50% carb, 25% fat, 25% protein. This week I've actually been doing 40% fat and then 30% carb and 30% protein. Always want to have high protein. Even though I'm not training, I'm recovering from surgery, so I need to make sure that I'm having adequate protein. Egg yolks are really healthy in general, so don't be afraid of eating the yolk. The only reason why I usually opt for whites over yolk is because the whites obviously don't have the fat, so they digest a little bit more quickly, and usually when I go for eggs, it's in the post-workout period where I want the protein to be more readily absorbed. As far as general health, eat the yolk. There's lots of benefits to it. And I also have here my vegetables, green beans, Brussels sprouts, and carrots. A little bit of a starchier one. You see it looks a little bit wet there. That is because I added extra virgin olive oil. It's got healthy unsaturated fatty acids, which benefit hormone health, appetite regulation, satiety. But another reason why I'm doing that is because olive oil can help with constipation, and like I mentioned earlier, the anesthesia kind of backed me up a little bit. Studies actually have found that olive oil has been just as effective as mineral oil in relieving constipation. And obviously vegetables are good. We always want to eat vegetables, lots of micronutrients. This week we're focusing on micronutrients, especially zinc and vitamin C, higher fat because we're not working out, gut health during a period of less than ideal digestion when I have to sit around a little bit more. I also lowered my calories a little bit. I typically eat around 1,700, and this week I'm eating about 1,500. People who have interstitial cystitis, the symptoms vary from person to person, but with me, I have increased urinary frequency, but also urinary retention. Before I had the device implanted, I was actually retaining almost 400 cc's in my bladder of urine after I would go to the bathroom, and normal is supposed to be below 50, and that's the main reason why I got the device. A lot of people get it for urinary incontinence, but for me, I was actually unable to empty my bladder. Well, I have pelvic floor dysfunction, which it all kind of goes hand in hand. The irritable bowel syndrome, interstitial cystitis, pelvic floor dysfunction. These are all things that I have that I haven't really talked about, at least not recently. I have a lot of chronic pelvic pain, so the device helps me manage my pain, but it also helps me empty my bladder fully. I did go through extensive pelvic floor rehab for a period of 6 to 8 weeks. I really wanted to try to get the device out entirely. I don't regret doing the rehab because it really taught me so much about how to manage my pain. So my main symptom is that I have this intense burning all the time. Not so much now that I have the InterStim, but at one point it was debilitating. Basically, if you've ever had a urinary tract infection, imagine a UTI that never goes away. Extreme burning, spasms in my urethra. So the whole reason for getting the device is to help everything kind of relax so that I'm able to empty my bladder. If the device did not work, I was gonna have to self-catheterize every day to go to the bathroom, so pretty serious. So I'm very fortunate that I found a surgeon who was willing to do this surgery for me, and I responded really well to it. Even though I wanted to get the device out, when I went to my follow-up appointment, I was still retaining, I think it was 53 cc's, which is like borderline normal, and that was doing everything right with my rehab and really being faithful to that. After talking with the surgeon, we determined that it would be in my best interest to keep the device and get the upgraded version, which I didn't even know about. I didn't even know this was a thing, but the new version that I have is the size of a USB compared to that big device that was sticking out of my body. So I should hopefully not even feel it. I'm a little too sore now just because of the surgery being so fresh to really be able to tell, but it was really frustrating. Though the InterStim helps me manage my symptoms, and I'm very grateful for it, with powerlifting especially, and the weight belt that I wear, it just got in the way, and it was causing a lot of pain, especially squeezing my glutes, which, think about the contraction in a deadlift or a squat. Even with bench, with my arch, it just was really getting in my way and being uncomfortable. So yeah, I didn't want to have it, but now that I have this new one, I'm really excited and feeling very grateful that I have this opportunity. I didn't really know much going into the surgery about the upgrade. It is pretty cool to see the new upgraded technology, but this new one is actually a smartphone. So I go to this My Therapy app, and so I use this thing. It's called the communicator, and it connects to this. So now it's saying place the communicator over the device. So what I do is I place this over my device, searching, communicating with the device. They program it for me, so they did this when I was waking up from the surgery. This here controls the strength of the stimulation. This is like a neuro stimulator. It's stimulating the nerves. It just sends like little impulses to that area to get everything to relax, to manage my pain, and to help everything function like a normal person. So this other app, this is for the recharger. I have to charge the recharger. I need to charge the phone, I need to charge the communicator, and I need to charge the recharger so then I can literally charge myself. Every week they said I need to charge myself for 20 minutes. So this actually has a belt. The recharger sits in here, and then I put this around my waist. So they said when I'm like watching TV on Sunday nights, it is Sunday now while we're recording, so I'm not quite ready to charge myself yet, but later tonight I will put the recharger into the belt, tie it around me, and sit on the couch and recharge. Do you hear the rain? It literally just started, of course, because I just pulled up and parked for my surgery follow-up appointment. But of course, it's torrentially downpouring. And I don't have an umbrella. Great. Just got back to the car, waited 1 hour for a 30-second appointment. Got that really annoying stitch out that was causing a lot of discomfort. I sleep on my back, and I haven't been able to since this surgery, so I'm hoping that now that the stitch is out, I can resume sleeping comfortably. Doctor said it looks great, gave me the fist bump, and no weight restriction. So that means I'm gonna be back powerlifting very soon. Now I am still sore, and I am having pain around the site, but again, doctor's clearance, so I'm gonna be getting back to it real soon.